pottery's here!
All right.
Hi, so we just gotten our big shipment of ceramics in. Question that we often get asked by visitors out on site, when we, explain that most everything that we work with out there is reproduction, not original, is, well, where do we get it all?
Right. And sometimes we make it. A lot of our ironware, our swords, our armor gets made in-house, and we have a dedicated staff of people who make our historic clothing, as you've seen in some of our videos.
But we can't do everything, and turns out there are other museums that do a phenomenal job of a lot of the stuff that we don't do at all. And so we reached out with our good friends up at Plymouth Patuxent and worked out a trade deal.
Exactly. So you may remember last year Parker's video on making the Cabasset helmet. That was part of a suite of swords and armor that our team produced for Plymouth. And Plymouth, in exchange, provided us with a haul of pottery, which we're going to get into now. All right, let's get what have we got in the box? I can hardly see this tall.
That's fine. Maybe we'll make some space on the table here.
This is what I get for being the same height as a 17th century Englishman. Oh, now look at that. Ha ha ha.
We've been short on pipkins for a while. Ceramic cooking implements, the most common of this sort of thing in the time period. Cast iron stuff wasn't super common yet, but because it's ceramic, of course, you use it a lot, they get broken. So having refreshing the fleet of cookware.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So he's got his stubby little legs. You can put him on top of a bed of hot coals, fill him with whatever it is that you're doing. Perfect for drawing butter when you're eating all those fish and lobsters that are coming out of the bay.
Awesome.
Ooh. Here, you grab one.
Oh, look at that.
Nice.
Have we ever had a strainer before?
I think we have one at Yorktown, but we don't have one
I
for
don't think
us.
we've ever had one here in the fort, at least not in the 20 some odd years that I've been here. This is awesome.
Yeah.
Look at
So
that.
colanders are extremely useful when you're cooking, but also they can be used for producing foods. This is very similar in its form to a cheese strainer that was actually found on the island where the original fort was located, indicating that they may have been making some fresh cheeses here as early as 1611 or 12. Now, we get a lot of wooden bowls for eating out of, but porringers, these little bowls with handles on them, very, very common historically. You'll see these in the 17th century, you'll see them in the 18th century. Sometimes they're wood, a lot of the later ones are metal. Pewter was very common for that, but look at this guy, right?
That's
Got
awesome.
the nice ceramic, it's glazed on the inside so that your food doesn't ooze into the clay and remain with you for all time. Makes cleaning a snap. So I can't wait to find out what Rob's cooking today and get some of it up in here.
Yeah. Ooh.
Nice.
Now, see, Sam and the other folks that talk about the medicinal side of things are going to be really, really pleased with lotion pots.
Right?
Yeah, ointment jars, lotion pots. That's a lot of what shows up in the archaeology. And just small containers. They're always handy,
There you go.
for all kinds of things.
Absolutely.
It's awesome.
Speaking of small, here's another porringer, little guy. He's
Oh, we can change that. As much as I want to ooh and awe over every single piece as we pull it out of here, this will end up being a 4-hour video.
Right.
I guess we should kind of Christmas morning this.
oh, look, it's another porringer.
Oh, yes,
Another
Pipkin.
Very cool. That green glaze is so common on the pieces that they found archaeologically in the original fort.
Look at that.
A lot of people look at that handle and they go, "You would put a stick in there and use that to pick it up." That's a terrible idea.
That's a really good way to break it.
Exactly.
You have to do it that way for it to fire at the same rate as everything else, and not end up with air pockets and that sort of thing.
Exactly. And it does seem to help the handle not heat up quite as quickly
Right.
as it would if it were solid. Tigs. So I'm sure you guys have seen these before. I think we have a video on these.
Mm-hmm. The multi-handled cups.
Multi-handled passing cups.
Cheers.
There's another one. Oh, look at him.
Oh, yeah, that's a beefy one. Look at that. Awesome.
It comes in pints. I'm getting one.
Excellent.
All right.
It looks like a cannon.
It does kind of. Bombard. Here, we'll get this box out of.
Oh, yes. Oh, yeah. I know all the folks in domestics they're going to be thrilled with new pitchers and not having to get a gallon jug out. That's every time. Yeah, that's going to be
But
awesome.
if they have to get a gallon jug out, look at that. Oh, glazed on the inside. It's a pie dish.
Hooray!
Hey!
Oh, now look at this one.
Oh, wow.
Oh, that's cool.
That is a whole lot of handles.
It's a whole lot of handles and, decoration. That's a very cool. I don't know if the folks can see that clearly. You can get up a little closer here. Look at those decorative elements there. That's cool. That's very cool. And a very common thing at the time.
Sure.
But I can't think of examples with those decorative elements that we've had here commonly before.
No.
So this is awesome.
Not in my over 20 years. This great apothecary jar.
Oh, yeah.
We'll have to turn a lid for that on the lathe.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look. This is not a little brown jug. This is a watering pot. So you've got the holes in the bottom of it. You're going to set this into a bucket of water or a tub of water, and then you put your thumb over the hole. When you lift it up, the water stays in there. When you lift your thumb up, the water comes out. And so it allows you to water your plants. Avalanche. Ryan, it's here.
It is here! Hooray!
The chicken waterer.
Yes!
Oh, the girls are gonna love this.
Yes, absolutely.
This is actually based on an original piece. We see them in a couple of paintings even. It's a ceramic dish with these different rings, and you put the water in there for the chickens. For the babies, it helps to keep them from, sticking their face too far into the water. But it's good for the adults too.
Keeps them from stepping all the way into it as well.
Exactly.
Chickens are not super bright when it comes to not befouling their water.
Not terribly hygienic critters. So, thrilled with that.
Yes, the Dot Cups. So cool. Very cool. It's one of the things that, it drives us nuts, this assumption. You see it so often in movies, TV shows and everything, just this assumption that everything historically was drab and boring and brown and plain and smeared with dirt. And
or gold-plated.
Or gold-plated.
There's no in between.
There's no in between, and people wanted cool-looking stuff, decorative stuff. Just like we do today, and it's just fantastic to have examples of things with even just a little bit of artistic endeavor, included.
Right?
This is awesome.
Yeah.
We have some more table space over here now if you want to slide down a little.
Yeah, we can't make all this stuff. We do produce our reproduction palette and pottery in-house. Because that wasn't glazed, and
nor was it thrown on a wheel.
Right, and so it was a lot easier to make that in-house. But all of this stuff, decades ago, when we were still Jamestown Festival Park, they did make pottery here. You can still find some of it here and there, but
a lot of it was sort of gift shoppy kind of pseudo historic stuff too.
Exactly.
Which of course, that was primarily what they were doing was producing it to sell.
Yeah,
so
it was Jamestown Festival Park. We weren't the museum that we are today. But Plymouth, their stuff is so well researched and so well made. Just fantastic.
I mean, museum quality is the word.
You got that right. No. Large pipkin.
Boy.
And they
were not kidding.
Wow.
That is awesome. And that's just, once again, a style we've never had before, to the best of my knowledge. That is awesome. So on those occasions when we have special events and we are actually feeding a small army. Yeah. Oh, awesome.
Yeah.
And, I mean, the way the handle's done, you know, again, all of that, the whole thing, it's just, the construction is cool.
All of the little details are just so good on these.
That is awesome. All right. Well, because I am a completionist, Herculean is the word that comes to mind with the just sheer volume of stuff that the rather phenomenal potters at Plymouth Patuxent produced for us. I mean, thanks guys. This is
awesome.
Wow. And it's, I mean, there's not that I would have expected it, but there's not a bad piece in the bunch.
No.
I mean, they're all awesome. Our ceramics order from Plymouth was so thoroughly packaged, we managed to fill a 17th century bed with the peanuts. I'm gonna sleep good tonight.
I keep saying it feels like Christmas. That's because in our colony we still get to have it.